tonight on KGW News.
And I lost my husband to COVID-19 on Thanksgiving night.
Local families who've lost loved ones to COVID come together to heal. Two of Portland's latest homicide victims have ties to a famous rap group. A big debate rages in one local school district.
Black students and other students of color are under attack in Newburgh schools.
The BLM and LGBTQ ideology and curricula are shattering the innocence of children.
The change the school board is considering that has some state lawmakers calling them out. Plus, volunteers work overtime to help keep people cool as we get ready for another day of triple-digit heat. And we begin tonight with that heat wave, taking a live look over downtown Portland, where it is still 84 degrees outside. Plenty hot out there. Let's bring in meteorologist Joe Ranieri. Joe, still so warm. Did we break any records today?
Only Troutdale did. They saw a record of 104 degrees earlier this afternoon. We actually tied a record of 102 degrees at the Portland International Airport. Earlier this afternoon, it was anywhere from basically 100 degrees to about 104. Of course, the top being Scappoose and Troutdale at 104, 101 in Vancouver. And along the Oregon coast, you didn't get any heat, but you saw some pretty warm temperatures for this time of year, close to 90 degrees in Astoria. That happened at 12:45 this afternoon. The Dalles, you saw a high earlier today of 110. Here's a live look now from the Rose City camera. Temperature of 84 degrees, and the winds are pretty light. The humidity has jumped up a little bit. Earlier in the evening shows, humidity levels were right around 23%, so it's a good sign, seeing it start to jump up a little bit. So far this summer has been downright hot, obviously. We have seen a heat wave in every month this summer for June, July, and now August. In fact, we're looking at our second heat wave so far this month, in 4 days with temperatures 100 degrees or hotter. Tomorrow, I'm forecasting a high of 104. Friday is 100 degrees. So if we do that, that puts us at 6 days so far this summer with temperatures 100 or above. The record is actually 5. We've done that twice. Now, temperatures tomorrow will be pretty warm, right around the mid-70s. By midday, 92 degrees. Again, 104 for tomorrow. Things could be a little bit cooler if some of that smoke and haze starts to move through. I'll talk more about that in the detailed forecast. Laurel, back to you.
We'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Joe. If you or someone you know needs a way out of the heat, cooling centers are open all around the metro area, and more have just opened tonight. The centers like this one at North Lombard and Denver Avenue have places to sit and eat as well as sleep. They also have snacks, cold drinks, and activities. Many also take pets. Some churches, along with most libraries and community centers, have also been set up as cooling centers. We have a full list of the spots on KGW.com. The 211 info line is also available right now if you need help finding a cooling center or if you need a ride to one. Just call 211. And now to the coronavirus, and new records set yet again today. Oregon now has the most people in the hospital with COVID than we have seen during the entire pandemic. This graph shows that pattern, and you can see the line going almost straight up at the end there, and that illustrates 5 weeks of increases. 665 people are now in the hospital. 172 of them are in the ICU. Cases also continue to go up. The OHA reported another 1,900 positive tests today. The state has seen a 40% increase in cases week over week. Deaths are up as well, but still relatively low compared to their peak in December. Oregon saw another 40 people die of COVID last week compared to 25 the week before. Many who've lost loved ones to COVID are finding it especially difficult to process their grief. Not just because of their loss, but because they haven't been able to gather with others to say goodbye. New tonight, Catherine Cook shows us how one local hospital is trying to help.
Navigating loss is never easy. Working your way through a labyrinth of emotions, especially when the very act of grieving has been disrupted.
Some people have never had a chance to gather and say goodbye. So we thought, this isn't right. We have to do something here.
As outreach supervisor at Peace Health Hospice, Colleen Story has seen it over and over again. People losing loved ones with no way to process grief, no funerals, no family gatherings, no closure.
It touched all of the counselors, our hearts so much.
So she thought of this, a healing labyrinth walk. an exercise she learned of years ago that plays on how labyrinths are designed. One way in, one way out. And unlike mazes, there are no dead ends.
But yet we go into the labyrinth and we're walking, and then it turns back in on itself. So we think we're starting to get through this grief, and now we're back where we started again. And it's a journey of ebbing and flowing.
It's a journey Victoria Soto and her daughter Michelle were anxious to take. She lost her husband, Pedro Soto, to COVID-19 on Thanksgiving.
I need help to understand why he's gone and to believe that he's gone and to accept that he's gone. I just kind of heard that it might help, so I'm here to get help.
For daughter Michelle, the resurgence of COVID cases has triggered her grief as many continue to avoid vaccinations and masks.
It just frustrates me so much because I lost my dad, and so I'm just hoping to process some of that.
It's what Colleen hopes for as well, with every step and every turn.
Find hopefully some meaning, some purpose, some healing by walking the labyrinth.
If you missed tonight's event, Peace Health Hospice will be hosting another Healing Labyrinth Walk next Wednesday night for anyone who's lost a loved one, and again the following Wednesday night for those who've lost someone to suicide. In Vancouver, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Oregon health officials are trying to prevent more families from going through that pain. Along with Governor Kate Brown, they explained today why they renewed the statewide mask mandate.
If you are unvaccinated, the risk of being sickened by the virus or ending up seriously ill or even dying from COVID-19 has never been greater.
It's clear the current situation requires immediate action to stop the Delta variant from spreading further.
The governor went on to say she made the state mandate as it became clear local leaders were not going to take action. State health leaders also urged those who have not received a shot to get vaccinated as soon as possible. We have learned the names of the two people killed in a shooting in Northeast Portland yesterday. The two men were part of a well-known rap group connected with Wu-Tang Clan. Portland police shared these pictures of Odeon Turner and David Turner. They're cousins and were part of the rap group Brooklyn Zoo. You might recognize them by their stage names 12 O'Clock and Murdoch. The shooting happened yesterday morning on Northeast 82nd, just north of Fremont. 4 other people were hurt in the shooting. New tonight, Oregon state lawmakers are keeping a close eye on the work of the Newburgh School Board. This week, the board voted to ban Black Lives Matter and pride flags and signs in district buildings. As Mike Benner reports, more controversial and divisive moves could be on the way.
Nearly 5,000 kids attend Newburgh area schools. As one parent points out, not all of them feel safe.
Black students and other students of color are under attack in Newburgh schools. I know this to be true because my son was called a at school.
As Ty Hardin Moore explained to the Newburgh School Board during a virtual meeting Tuesday night, a Black Lives Matter sign in a classroom can go a long way in helping her son feel safe. Same can be said for the pride flag for students who identify as LGBTQ.
As research shows that an affirming school environment improves behavioral, academic, and mental health outcomes for all students.
Not everybody is buying that. Some testified that BLM and pride flags have no place in the classroom.
The BLM and LGBTQ ideology and curricula are shattering the innocence of children, promoting racial divide, and negatively impacting the lives of our kids forever.
School Board Director and Vice Chair Brian Shannon shares that sentiment. In fact, he went so far as to ask his fellow board members to not only ban Black Lives Matter and pride flags and signs from district buildings, but also ban teachers from wearing BLM and pride clothing while at work.
The main goal of this is to get political symbols and divisive symbols out of our schools so we can focus on the already difficult task of educating our students in the core subjects.
After Director Shannon explained his reasoning for a ban, Director Brandy Penner shared her reasons for voting against it.
And this feels so anti-everything, anti-free speech, anti-free expression, anti-safety.
Those in favor of how it was stated by Director Shannon, please raise your hand and vote yes.
In the end, the board voted 4-3 in favor of a ban, but more work lies ahead. The board will consider re-examining the Every Student Belongs policy, also at the suggestion of Director Shannon. The student-driven and bipartisan legislation aims at creating a safe and inclusive school environment while prohibiting hate symbols like the swastika, Confederate flag, and noose.
As the BIPOC caucus, we're keeping a very close eye on this.
While State Representative Ricky Ruiz and his colleagues are condemning the board for even considering a policy change, they're not terribly surprised it's happening.
I mean, in a national level, we're seeing a trend of school boards rolling back anti-racism and anti-discrimination protections, which I believe are truly unacceptable.
Newburgh mom Ty Hardin Moore couldn't agree more, and she worries about her son and other students who may be caught in the middle.
Sadly, policies that were implemented in good faith and in order to ensure every student that attends a Newburgh public school does so with a sense of belonging, safety, and security came under attack as soon as this nonpartisan board seated its new directors.
All right, back to the Black Lives Matter and Pride ban for a moment. Before any of this can be enforced, the superintendent says that district lawyers will have to weigh in on the legalities of it. These same lawyers really do have their work cut out for them. That's because Director Brian Shannon also wants them to advise the board on the repercussions of challenging the mask mandate in schools. I'm Mike Benner for KGW News.